Sonny Melendrez, Sonny Radio, sonnyradio.com.
Hello, hello. It's Sonny Melendrez, and welcome to the positive side of the radio spectrum. This is the all-new Sonny Melendrez Show. Each week, we strive to bring you inspiration and entertainment through storytelling, fascinating guests, exclusive celebrity interviews, and it's all delivered with lots of enthusiasm. And we come to you from our beautiful studios located deep in the heart of Texas, San Antonio. In fact, you'll find more information about the Alamo City at visitsanantonio.com. And now, on with the show.
Sonny Radio, sonnyradio.com, San Antonio.
Well, despite a late start in the sport of swimming, Josh Davis made history by becoming the only man to win 3 gold medals at the 1996 Atlanta Centennial Olympic Games. 4 years later, as captain of the 2000 Sydney Olympic team, Josh broke the American record 3 times with his signature event at the 200-meter freestyle. For 20 years now, Josh has led a nationwide tour of Olympic swimmers called the Breakout. He speaks to groups all over the country and recently became the fastest man over 40 years old, setting national records. I am so happy to introduce you to my good friend, Josh Davis. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. This is very cool to be with you, Sonny.
It really is. And you know, I think the last time we saw each other, I was emceeing an event at the Pearl, which is a big venue here in San Antonio. It was a luncheon, and you were there with your dad.
Yes. So my dad, Mike Davis, has been involved with fundraising for over 40 years throughout different San Antonio organizations, Incarnate Word College, the hospital system, the cancer system, and now the Catholic Archdiocese.
Wow, how beautiful. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
My dad loves people, and he's a good speaker, and I'm glad I got to inherit a few of those things. I love people, and now I get to speak for a living, so I'm grateful for my dad, all he gave me.
Well, it shows. So, Josh, let's go back to when you were a kid. I mean, did you have the dream of being an Olympic swimmer?
No, I'm just a regular kid. Grew up in Harmony Hills, just down the road here from the studios.
Yes.
And actually, our original house in Alamo Heights, I just did soccer. Soccer was the big deal in the 70s and 80s. And so then we moved here to Harmony Hills, the Churchill district. And so little did I know, we moved in to a neighborhood that had one of the best neighborhood pools, had the best high school swim team, and one of the best coaches in the country. I had no idea that we had that right here. And I was just a regular kid doing soccer. But that next summer, it was the cool thing to do, to go do the summer league swim team at the Harmony Hills Cabana Club. And I fell in love with the water, fell in love with my friends and the pool, and fell in love with racing. And I wasn't very good at first, but I kept listening to my coaches, and I kept getting stronger, and finally was able to make the cut to get on the Winston Churchill High School swim team. That was the big deal when I was 14 to make the swim team. And then after that, the rest was history.
College? Where?
Yeah, so 4 years in high school here. That gave me the scholarship to go to University of Texas. I was really, really blessed. I had a full ride anywhere. And of course, I made the best decision, University of Texas, for all my Longhorn friends out there. But the reason why is because the UT has the top coach in the country named Eddie Reese, the Olympic coach. So Eddie Reese has been there 40 years. He has 14 national titles. Now, of course, John Wooden had 10. And, of course, everybody knows John Wooden's the greatest coach in the world. But Eddie Reese has 14. This guy's amazing. 6 Olympic time coach. I mean, this guy's big time. And so when I got to swim for Eddie at Texas, it was perfect. And so I moved up to Austin and had 4 great years with Eddie and the guys, and got elected captain and learned more about how to go faster and do life, and met my wife there. And so even then, making the Olympics was still kind of far off, but I thought, you know what, I think I can make it. So I spent 2 more years training after college.
Now, you mentioned Eddie. Tell us a little bit about what he taught you. I mean, what was it about the way that he coached that was so special?
Well, I tell you, Sonny, it was very powerful. He sat me down in his office my freshman year, first week of college. And here I was, 17 years old, entering college, getting ready to probably do a lot of things I shouldn't be doing. But anyway, he sat me down and he said, if you listen to what I'm about to say, you could be really good. And if you really take to heart what I'm about to tell you, you could be one of the best. And he gave me 4 points that changed my life forever. And basically the importance of commitment and showing up on time and doing your best with attendance. He said, then you got to have a great attitude. Don't just show up and take up space. You need to have the right look on your face. You need to have the right intensity, the right excellence. What I call an attitude of gratitude. You know what that's all about. And then the third thing, you got to have proper technique, because moving through the water is difficult. And all the great athletes make it look easy, whether it's golf or baseball or tennis or swimming. Technique, the fundamentals is important. Tim Duncan, the big fundamental. You stick to those fundamentals, you'll be great. And then the fourth and final thing, he said, son, you got to do everything in your life with integrity and honesty. And I was like, whoa. That's a big thought for a 17-year-old, how to do every thought, every decision, every relationship with integrity and honesty. And that's a big thing, but I'm so glad he told me that.
How special.
25 years ago. And those principles stuck with me and allowed me to, really probably do more than anybody ever thought I could do.
Yeah, well, you certainly did. And once you got to the Olympics, tell me about that day, that the first competition at the Atlanta Games.
Yeah, of course, there's 10 years of hard work that I did in high school and college, and then I finally in 96 made the Atlanta Olympics. So it was very cool that I'm racing in front of the home crowd. People say, aren't you sad you didn't travel to another country? I said, no way, racing in front of the home crowd. 15,000 screaming Americans. It was the best. And so I'm on the relays. I'm a relay guy. And so the USA almost, does very well on the relays. So, but I was nervous for my first race, but I led off. My job was to lead off. I'm a lead-off guy.
How many in the team?
So there's 4 guys on the relay.
4, okay.
So the lead-off guy is important because you want to get a little lead. And then the next 3 guys, their job is not to mess it up. So I got the lead. The guys held the lead. And we weren't supposed to win. The odds in Vegas were 15-1 that we'd get the bronze. We weren't the favorites.
Really?
Yeah, the Aussies and the Swedes were seated ahead of us. But we all swam our lifetime best. I led off with my best time, and then the ball just kept rolling. All those guys were fired up. They swam their lifetime best time. We won by a body length, and the whole crowd went nuts. And then we're high-fiving and hugging. We're like, we can't believe this just happened. We won. We're going to get the gold medal. So then we parade and get our, red, white, and blue uniform on. Yeah. And they say, United States of America, Olympic gold medalists. We get up on the top podium, the 4 of us with our arms together. And the crowd is just, and your life flashes before you.
Can imagine.
And I think of all the teachers I had at Harmony Hills and Eisenhower and Churchill.
I
think of all my coaches. I think of all my family members in San Antonio and all my friends in San Antonio who cheered me and loved me. And I'm thinking, I did it. I'm representing San Antonio, Texas, America. This is a dream. And I tell kids all the time, I says, dreams do come true. You got to keep working. You got to keep showing up. But it's totally possible. It happened to me. It can happen to you. And so then it gets better, though, if you can imagine. We get the gold medals. Of course, they put the heavy, real gold medal around your neck. You're like, oh, this feels so good.
Yes.
And we're staring at our beautiful, shiny new gold medals. And then we sing the anthem. And the place gets quiet. And I put my hand over my heart. And, when you see people on TV, you're like, what's going through their mind?
Yes.
Well, most of the guys are trying to remember the words to the song. But I knew, but of course, I knew the words. I knew the words.
Right.
And I was singing as loud and as proud as I could. And I was just overwhelmed with humility and gratitude that I could grow up in the best country in the world.
Yes.
I really believe we're the best. It's okay to be the best. We got so much, and it's not because we're so much smarter or we work hard. I think it's because we have freedom.
We do.
I really believe the USA is so special because we have freedom. And so I was thinking of these things as I'm singing the anthem, like just so thankful for everything. And then it gets even better because we march off the podium, we parade around the pool deck, and all these 15,000 people are waving, and I'm waving back. I don't know who they are, but I'm waving back, and it's really cool. You're feeling the energy and the love, and with all these people you don't even know. But then I look up way up in the stands, and I see for the first time in many weeks, because of our strict training, I caught eyes with my mom and my dad.
Oh.
And they're laughing and crying uncontrollably.
I bet.
And I see my mom and I catch eyes. And she's crying and I start crying. Because we both thought of all those mornings at 5:30 a.m. that she would come to my room and she'd sit on my bed and she'd scratch my back and she'd say, it's time for practice, son. I've got your smoothie downstairs waiting for you.
Oh.
I'll drive you to practice when you're ready. Now, she wasn't always that nice, but I'm so...
And it wasn't always like that.
I know, but my mom, I'm so thankful she fed me and cheered me and drove me all those years. And then I looked at my dad, and my dad's my hero, and I knew I'd made him proud. And when I finally got up to hug my mom and my dad, they squeezed me so tight, and they just kept yelling, we're so proud of you. We can't believe how fast you swam.
Oh, my goodness.
We love you so much. And I tell people that was the best moment when I got to see my family.
Sure.
Yeah, winning the gold medal was great. Breaking the record was great. Hearing the anthem was great. But hearing my mom and dad say, "I'm so proud of you."
I can imagine.
Was the best part of the whole Olympic Games.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a really blessed moment, and just to share it with family. And I realized those moments are way better with family when you have someone to share it with. And then, of course, we kept racing and went back to the village, and we won 2 more gold medals that week. And it was just a glorious Olympics.
Oh.
And so then I swam in 2000. And then what I'm really excited about is the next Olympics are coming back to America in 2028 LA.
yes.
So I'm excited for those Olympians that get to race in America again.
And you're also involved still with swimming. I mean, you have these programs and you go all over the country. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I had a great second Olympics in 2000, Sydney, Australia. Australians love swimming, so that was great to race in front of them. And then I started this tour of swimming Olympians where we teach kids on the weekends all over the country. I work with about 50 other swimming Olympians.
Wow.
And we go to swim clubs and towns all over. We do 100 cities a year. And we get to impact about 10,000 swim kids every year. And so we've been doing this 20 years now.
Wow. What do they say when they realize that they're in the presence of an Olympic champion?
Yeah, the younger swimmers, they can research us online now thanks to YouTube, and they see my times, and they see the gold medals. And I, of course, I get in the pool, and I teach them, and I race them. And I can, even though I'm 46 now, but I can still beat most of the kids. I'm still, still can look Olympic for a little bit.
That's great.
And I hope that they think that if this regular guy can do this, maybe I can do it too. So to see their eyes light up, to say, wow, if I work hard enough, long enough, I can do it too.
Right.
I actually, if you can believe it, I'm 6'2", 190 pounds. So I'm kind of athletic. I'm kind of tall. But in the Olympics, I'm the smallest one. If you can believe that.
Really?
In swimming, in the Olympics, I'm a small guy. And so in the big echelons of swimming, I'm kind of regular. And so I think it's important for the kids to see, hey, I'm not that special. I don't have a lot of genetics. I had to work really, really hard.
Yes.
And then despite that, whether a kid makes the Olympics or not, knowing that they fully committed themselves to an endeavor is what makes them a champion. And so that's what I tell the kids. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you have a musical talent, if you have a sports talent, if you have an academic talent, you do your best every day. You become great at that. You will make the world a better place, and you will be a champion in life.
Amen.
Because what I realized is winning a gold medal is wonderful, but I found something better. When you use your gifts and talents to make someone else's life better, that feels more wonderful than winning a gold medal. And all of us can do that.
Well said. Well said. Did you tell me once that you actually have an Olympic pool? Or were you just
I'm
pulling my leg?
No, it's true. I am a crazy guy. My dream was to have my own Olympic pool in my backyard.
Yes.
And so thankfully I found a couple acres, and my wife, just thankfully, went along with it, and I built a 2-lane, 50-meter pool. Now, for those of you, that's 17 feet wide, 165 feet long. It is so long. It is crazy long. It is Olympic size.
Yes.
And I had it in my backyard. And my wife thought I was nuts. My neighbors thought I was
You
nuts.
had it in your backyard.
But I
Okay.
had my own Olympic pool in my backyard. It was the longest pool in San Antonio, probably the longest in the state of Texas. I think maybe only a sheik in the Middle East had a pool longer than me.
Yes.
And I loved it. But the problem was I had trees in my backyard. So the blessing of trees is the curse of leaves.
Oh.
So I had to spend about 30 minutes cleaning the pool every day. Then I was too tired to swim in it.
Yes.
And
Jeez.
it kind of defeated the purpose.
Yes.
So I didn't get to fully utilize my Olympic pool, and then we had to move. And so the Olympic pool's gone, but it was a dream for a few years, and it was really fun. It was fun.
I can imagine trying to sell that house, and it comes with an Olympic 2-lane pool here.
I don't know why the next owner didn't want that. So.
How great! All right, so let's talk about your speaking career.
Yes, so my main vocation is doing the swim clubs on the weekends. But I also get to speak at schools. We do the school programs. I get invited to speak at churches for youth groups or for big church. Mm-hmm. And I love getting to do corporate groups. We do a lot of civic luncheons and corporate groups and their annual meetings and keynotes, and I love that. And a lot of our Olympic stories and Olympic principles totally transcend to the business world.
Sure.
And to have these Olympic stories and the Olympic videos really peps up the crowd, really gets them excited to attack whatever they're doing. And it's been a lot of fun. So it's 20 years now I've been on the road speaking, and I hope to do it for 20 more. You're one of my heroes. I hope to do what you do. And so I'm excited. If anybody out there, If anybody out there wants a Olympic pep talk, let me know.
Absolutely. Now, you've got a website.
Yeah, JoshDavis.com is pretty simple, easy way for people to, I think my phone number's on there, and you just call anytime.
Okay, very good.
JoshDavis.com.
I have to ask you, you've got 6 kids.
Yes.
Tell me about
so
them.
My wife is the real Olympian. We met and married in college, which is pretty unique, pretty fast.
And what's her name?
Chantel.
Chantel.
Yeah, Chantel. Now, she was on the UT volleyball team. And you know how those volleyball players are. They're
Yes.
They're tough and beautiful. And so I thought, wow, I need to meet her. And so we met and married in college, my 5th year, her junior year, so which was pretty fast. But anyway, when we were done with our degree, we found ourselves pregnant. And we're like, whoa, okay, so this is cool. So we had Caleb was our first, and then we had Abby, and then we had Luke. So we had 3 kids in 3 years. And so after Luke, so Caleb was 2, Abby was 1, and Luke was 1 day old. So I had 3 babies under 2.
Wow.
Right after Luke was born, I flew to the Olympics in Sydney, Australia, and I left her for a month. I left my wife with 3 babies for a month to race in the Olympics, and our parents were all working. So we didn't
And you
have
came back, and she was still
So,
there.
so thankfully, I swam really fast. And actually, when you swim fast enough, you actually get a bonus.
Really?
Yeah, there's actually prize money.
Really?
Not many people know this.
How does that work?
Well, the U.S. Olympic Committee and our sponsors,
Yes.
whatever our sponsors are, mine was Speedo,
Yes.
and they give prize money for however you do at the Olympics.
Really?
So I made about $50,000.
Wow.
Now, to do that once every 4 years is not like
Sure.
a crazy thing. It's not
But
like
still, to do that in 1 month.
to do
you know,
that, yeah. So 1 week at the office, that's a good week at the office.
Yes.
So she was thankful, and as soon as I knocked on the door and came home, she handed me a baby with a loaded diaper and said, "Your turn, your turn."
Here's your
So,
other gold medal.
yeah.
Do any of them show any inclinations to maybe following your footsteps?
Yeah, so all of them were comfortable in the water. Obviously,
your wake?
And so one of the 6 really likes swimming. It's my middle one, Luke. He's now 18. He's a senior in high school. He just accepted a scholarship to University of Missouri. So he had an offer at Texas, and he had an offer at the college I coach at now called Oklahoma Christian University.
Yes.
But he really liked Missouri. They have a good business program there, and so he got a scholarship to Missouri.
How great is that?
Yeah.
And to think that one day, you never know, he'll be winning the gold, and you're in the audience.
Well, that would be amazing. I actually get way more nervous watching him swim than I do for my own stuff. But I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of all my kids because my son is super smart into computers. My daughter is just into singing and animals, and then Luke can swim, and then Annie's does volleyball and singing and dancing, and then Liam has got his own set of talents, and then now we have a surprise Sophia. She's 2 years old, so we have the 5 teenagers and surprise Sophia, and so every kid is wonderful and unique, and it's just a joy. So you just want to see them find something they love to do,
Right.
Work hard at it and have fun with it, and
Exactly.
And Luke has found that with swimming.
Exactly. So at this time in your life, Josh, who inspires you?
Well, obviously my parents, my mom passed away 7 years ago, but my dad, I get to see
Sorry to
him.
hear that.
No, cancer is just a terrible thing. I hate it. But my mom inspired me. She had a musical talent and intellectual talents. And my dad, he's so great with people and great at loving life. And my wife inspires me for sure. She's one of the most amazing humans I've ever met. Putting up with me and keeping our family and business together. She's really the brains behind so much of what we do. I'm so thankful for her. And I try and read my Bible, and like Jesus is kind of like my head coach in life. I like I like how he treated people, and I want to treat people that way. I think he made the world a better place. I want to try and make the world a better place.
Now you mentioned Chantel. How many years now?
Wow, Chantel and I are going on 24 years this May.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Wow, 24 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you talk about all that you've done. You're traveling now. What's a secret to keeping your marriage strong in that environment?
Oh, that's a great question. So Chantel and I, are like everybody. We with 6 kids and 2 jobs.
Like anybody, yes.
It's crazy. Like in swimming, in training for the Olympics, you got to die to yourself a lot. It's just delayed gratification. There's just a lot of things you don't feel like doing. And same in marriage. There's a lot of things you don't feel like doing.
Yes.
And I came across a great definition of commitment. Commitment is the ability to carry out a promise long after the mood in which it was made has gone. You see, most of life, there's things we want to do, but then when it comes down to it, the mood is gone, but you still got to do it anyway.
Say that again.
Commitment, the ability to carry out a promise long after the mood in which it was made has gone. And so, marriage is a commitment.
Right.
Yes, there's love, but love, is a lot of times a feeling that comes and goes. But true love is an action. It's a commitment that you do those things whether you feel like it or not. And so I'm not perfect. I'm kind of on my soapbox here because it's true, but I'm not perfect at it. But man, it really pays off when you kind of focus on how much God loves us unconditionally and we can love others unconditionally. And my coach, Eddie Reese, my Olympic coach, he had great marriage advice. It's not 50-50. It's both giving 100%, like the cogs of a wheel that come together. When both parties give 100%, it works like cogs in a wheel coming together.
Is there anything we don't know about Josh Davis?
Well, I had this crazy dream. Obviously, I'm a swimmer guy, and I still swim today. I'm 46 years old, and I just set the records a few years ago for the fastest man ever over 40.
Now, tell me about that.
Yeah, so I race in a league now called Masters. That's the league for old people. So every year, there's the Masters Nationals of swimming, and it's in a different city each year, and all the different old
kind of like
folks.
The senior tour for golf. Yeah.
Yes, but see, this is it's 5-year increments. So you got the 20 to 25-year-olds, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, and it goes all the way up to 90 to 100.
Really?
Yes, it's 5-year brackets. So right now, obviously, I'm in the 45 to 50 category. And a few years ago, I was in the 40 to 45 category, and that's when I broke all the records for the 40 to 45 category.
Wow.
So I'm technically the fastest old guy
in the world.
Which I'm very proud of.
You should be.
It took a lot of work.
That's amazing.
So I still train 30 minutes a day. And so now I do want to continue to break Masters records, and the Masters Nationals is coming to San Antonio next year in the Olympic year 2020.
Really?
At the huge new Northside Stadium. If anybody hasn't driven over there, that stadium, it is unbelievable. And all the fastest old swimmers in the world will come.
How great is that?
Masters Nationals next year, 2020. So I'll be racing there, so if you want to come cheer me on, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
So the fastest girl in the world, like legit girl, is named Katie Ledecky. She's a famous Olympian now. She's now training for her third Olympics. She's the superstar of the women's Olympic swim team. And my dream is to race Katie Ledecky.
Wow.
Because her best time and my best time as an old guy are kind of similar.
Yes.
Now, when she races the girls, no one's close to her. She dominates the whole world.
Yes.
She's all by herself on the TV screen.
Yes.
She's, body lengths ahead of the rest of the world of females. And I thought, you know what? She probably would enjoy having someone next to her to push her. I could be that helper. I could be that guy to race next to her. I think this would be a great charity match race.
Yes.
That we just raise a bunch of money. The winner, takes, whatever it is, 10, 20, 30 grand would go to the charity of their choice.
Yes.
And we get everybody, around the country. If maybe the masters or old people could put $1 for me, and then all the young kids could put $1 for her. And, we put $100,000 for charity.
Oh, yes.
I was at the big swimming banquet a few months ago. It's called the Golden Goggles. It's kind of like the Oscars for swimming. And she was there, and I went up to her, and I says, Katie, I know you've known me for a while, and I don't want you to think I'm crazy, but I have this dream.
And what'd she say?
She just kind of smiled and nodded, and Katie's so good. She's so professional and so smooth.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah, she didn't let on like this old guy's crazy.
And what makes you think you can beat her?
Well, my times right now are almost where she's at. So I obviously, if this thing came through, if she gave me the green light saying we're going to race in 3 or 4 months, I would train my brains out and I would get ready for that.
Yeah.
And I train every day just for that, just in case I get the call. Hey, so right now I'm in training 30 minutes a day. That's my biggest little side goofy secret thing is I'm training to race.
Well, it's not a secret anymore.
Well, I know. So I just did my laps before I came over here.
Did you really?
I went over the JC Sin. I did my 30-minute swim. I went as fast as I could for 30 minutes, then came over here, and I don't miss a day because I got to be ready. You never know when we can do this charity match race and have Katie the fastest female and Josh the fastest old guy, and we race and see what happens.
Isn't that incredible, Josh? And don't you think that in many ways, no matter where we are in our lives, it's important that we have that cool thing to do or that vision?
Yeah. You never stop dreaming.
Yes.
You got to have a dream, got to have a goal, got to
Yes.
have something to hope for, something to long for, something. And obviously when you can make the world a better place by it and impact others positively by it, that's icing on the cake. So, I always want to have something that I'm shooting for. yeah, there's always something we can do to push the envelope and try something new.
There is, and to help other people,
Yeah.
and you certainly have done that. Josh Davis, we're so proud that you are not only from San Antonio, but that you have done so much around the world and inspire people that maybe you will never even meet. And certainly that idea of never letting your dream go and having a dream is so important. So thank you for your inspiration.
Thanks for all you do, and I look forward to seeing you around more, and love this show, and can't wait to listen to more episodes.
God bless you. Josh Davis, thank you.
Thank you. Y'all take care.
How inspiring was that? I feel like I want to jump in the pool. You'll find a link to Josh Davis' website at sunnyradio.com/show, where you can also listen to past shows on demand and subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode. Till next time, I'm Sonny Melendrez, and I leave you with the powerful quote that Josh shared. Commitment is the ability to carry out a promise long after the mood in which it was made is gone. Bye-bye.